listen and we don't judge.
Sometimes I don't really have a headache. We listen and we
listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I go in the bathroom and hide and pretend to go to the bathroom when I hear the chaos in the house, just so you have to handle it, not me. I'm not judging. Not judging. No. We listen and we don't judge.
When sometimes I tell you I'm going to get a facial, but I'm really going to get Botox. We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I pretend to have to fix something downstairs just so I can play video games and have some peace. We're not judging. We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I move your keys on purpose just to drive you crazy when you say you can't find them. We listen and we don't judge.
Sometimes I go in our bedroom at night and pretend to fold laundry while you're downstairs just so I don't have to help you clean up. We listen and we don't judge. We don't judge.
Sometimes I tell you I have to go run errands, but I'm really just eating Chick-fil-A in my car and going shopping. We
listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I ignore you and pretend like I can't hear you in hopes that you'll get so annoyed that you have to repeat it that you won't ask me to do something again.
You're done.
We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes we get packages that I tell you is PR, but it's actually stuff I've ordered. You what? How many things? No. We listen and we don't judge. You know, you wanted me to cook you a steak the other night? Yeah. But I said that we were out of pellets. We actually had pellets. I just didn't want to have to stand out in the cold and cook it. I was really honestly craving it. I was freezing out. We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes when I'm cooking with vegetables, I tell you I've washed them before I've cooked with them, when I really haven't. Maggie, that's disgusting. So there's like dirt all over them and stuff and you're feeding them to me? I cook them. We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes when I say I'm going upstairs to play video games, I'm actually going upstairs just to get away from you and your attitude. And I don't even play video games at all. I just like sit in silence. Sorry. I have nothing to say. We listen and we don't judge. A couple nights ago when you asked me if I farted in the bed and I said no, it was Annie, it was actually me. That smelled like Annie's fart. It was so bad, Maggie.
We listen and we don't judge. You usually forget to take a Miralax, and so a lot of times I'll just put it in your coffee and give it to you in the morning.
Alex!
We're not judging. Take it yourself and I wouldn't have to pour it in your coffee. We listen and we don't judge.
Remember when I knew you for like 4 days and you helped me move my apartment and a couple other guys showed up to help me move too?
Yeah.
I was going on dates with them too. I just invited everyone I was dating at the time to help me move my apartment. There was like 3 dudes that I was all dating. We don't judge.
I was hoping you move against my competition.
It was just like casual dates here and there. We don't judge. I've been holding that in for like 2 years. It feels good to get that off my chest.
We listen and we don't judge. Remember when you asked me to fold the laundry last week?
Yeah.
I poured water inside of it so I could tell you that it wasn't dry, so I didn't have to fold it.
Wait, that's actually genius.
We listen and we don't judge. When we were first dating and I slept over at your place, I pooed such a big log that I clogged the toilet. And I was so embarrassed to tell you that I just said, oh, it must have been you.
You left it there?
And I couldn't unclog it, so I...
Did I unclog your poop?
You unclogged it and took the blame. It's because I didn't want your family to hate me. Thank you for taking the blame and unclogging the toilet. We listen and we don't judge.
One time, I made you a breakfast burrito, and while I was cleaning up, I saw there was mold in the tortilla bag, and I was gonna turn around to tell you that there was mold, but you already finished it.
We listen and we don't judge. I know recently you caught me using your toothbrush and your tongue scraper, and I said it was my first time doing that. It was not my first time. We listen and we don't judge.
Whenever you get mad at me, I'll purposefully hide your phone, your keys, your wallet, whatever is essential in your life so that you'll come and talk to me first.
That's evil! We listen and we don't judge. Last year at Horror Night, after I got out of one of the mazes, I ran to the bathroom because I peed myself a little and I needed to throw away my underwear.
You're lying.
So I threw away my underwear in the bathroom and I came back out.
You peed yourself?
Yo, them clowns are scary! We listen and we don't judge.
One time when we were on a date, I started choking on a noodle and I didn't want you to notice. So I acted like I dropped something so that I could throw up under the table into a napkin and I almost died. Like I was legit choking. I don't have any more.
I do. We listen and we don't judge. Almost every day that we've been married, I wake up and I take pictures of you while you're sleeping because I think they're funny or cute. And it became like a cute thing, so I have an album on my phone named Sleeping. And
You're lying.
And it's just...
Do you really? Oh my god!
And it's just you sleeping.
Wait, stop! Oh
we listen and we don't judge. Sometimes when we're watching anime together, I'll watch ahead and I'll act surprised when you get to a certain part of the anime, and I'll act surprised because I don't want you to feel alone. And I don't want you to be mad at me.
Babe!
Whoa, that's crazy!
What the heck?
We listen, we don't judge. When I buy clothes for you while we're in Asia, I put the size tags off before I give them to you.
Thank God. Some of those be saying XXXXL, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
We listen, we don't judge.
When we first started dating, I had a voodoo doll for you, just in case you did anything wrong. I don't anymore.
You had a voodoo doll?
I had a voodoo doll, so like if you did anything wrong.
How long did
we listen, say it with me. We listen, we don't judge.
Lost my train of thought. A year before we started dating, I wrote, I will marry Andrea in my iPhone notes. 2 weeks later, her ex broke up with her, and a year later, we got together.
That's so cute.
So I can do voodoo too.
I thought we were supposed to be doing like embarrassing confessions. We listen,
we don't judge.
So last night, I like randomly Googled just like for fun, like how to get rid of a body. Like as a joke, you know? We listen, we don't judge. I thought it was just like we don't judge. Like that's just like a silly little like thing. Okay, ready?
Why would you do that? Talking about voodoo dolls and bodies?
Ready? We listen.
Get off me.
We listen, we don't judge.
Before we left on our travels, you packed your ugly red dress. I unpacked it before we left.
Louis!
I was like, nah.
Louis!
No, get that shit out of my suitcase.
That is so evil. I love that dress. I thought I forgot to pack it.
We listen, we don't judge.
I keep like a lock of your hair like hidden away. Every time like a hair of yours like falls out, and I keep adding it to the stash. Sometimes when you're sleeping, I'll like smell it, you know?
What's wrong with you?
We listen, we don't judge.
That's fucking psychotic.
What are you
Where
talking
is
about?
it?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you now. I thought we listened and we didn't.
We do judge. We judge. We absolutely judge that shit. Where's my hair? I want my property back.
It's mine.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm done. This video was creepy. I liked the one yesterday. That was fun.
We listen, we don't judge.
There was a time where I turned over in my sleep and I pelted you, elbowed you straight in the middle.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I was awake. I just didn't want to act like I was awake because I knew the consequences of what would happen. So I pretended to sleep while you were... Ow, my nose.
That's messed up.
Yeah, sorry. We listen, we don't judge.
One time we were in a fight, and this was a few years ago, and I was really upset with you, and you wanted apple juice. So I took a cup, I peed in it, put it in the fridge for 3 hours to make it cold, and I gave it to you, and that's why it tasted disgusting when you tried it.
That is sickening.
We listen, we don't judge.
One time I was making you food, and I was making chicken wings, and one of the chicken wings dropped into the dish soap. So I put it back on, I patted it down, and I gave it to you.
Why would you do that?
Because we listen, we don't judge.
Every time I wake you up in the middle of the night and I'm sweating for you to put the AC on.
Yeah, this is true.
The remote's on my side, but I put it on your side and then wake you up so you do it and I don't have to.
What an inconvenience that is.
We listen, we don't judge.
Obviously, you have a a dairy allergy. One time I made you something that actually had both milk and butter, but like I already made it, so I just didn't tell you. And I think you had a really bad stomachache that night.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Nothing, because we listen and we don't judge.